bed. And relax.
And relax.
And I'm going to sleep.
And we're going.
Bye. And that's the end of the stream.
And I'm taking a nap.
Alright, here, actually, let me get rid of this follower count thing. Alright. So, how are you guys doing? Welcome to NewN Chat, where we like to talk about shit that we don't really know anything about.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That was like
We're very credible of what we talk about.
Alright. What a day.
No, we try. We try to give our opinions.
Alright, so today we're talking about a subject we have no clue we're talking about. Basically what's been happening in the White House. No.
Brian, why
Oh, so
People are doing stuff and they're doing
people are doing
things.
stuff and we're talking about it.
Yeah, so
We
what
give
they're
the people
doing
what
is they're
they
doing
want.
stuff and people are getting mad and then people aren't getting mad because stuff is happening.
Oh,
but
what's up,
stuff
Brian?
isn't happening. Hey, Brian's in
Fixed
here.
his
Hi,
internet.
Brian. We're talking about political stuff.
Brian should join the call.
I don't think he can. Can he?
Today's subject.
Can you?
All right.
Well,
Can-
he can
We
join
should get to our first subject. And actually, all right, I want to explain one thing. All right, so the way this new chat's gonna work, there's really gonna be one. Is there only one? Like one thing, and then the rest of it.
One.
make
Okay,
stuff.
here. Let me
We have
pull
one
the cover.
subject.
We have one main topic, a couple reviews, and then one little thing we want to save to the end, which is I think Brad learned about it.
We can throw
I'm not editing this. Oh wait, no,
What's that?
I'm splitting it down the middle. So I mean, we're gonna have to
Oh, his internet came back.
afternoon.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, bring him
get
in.
on that Skype, yo. Get on that Skype. Join us. I'll send you the topics.
All right,
Well, can we
so
get stuff in there?
no, we're gonna say what we're gonna say after we do this first topic, and then we'll do the reviews because I'm gonna split it down the middle. Because the way this is working is, after we say whatever it is that we're gonna say, we're gonna put the reviews afterwards, and they're gonna be separate videos, so you guys can go look for those.
Yeah, let's get Brian. in here.
Get Brian.
Let's get him.
Let's
His
bring
internet
him to
came.
the club.
Let's get him in here. New chat. His first
Up
official
in the
new chat.
club.
Oh, I see
Get
it. Here.
That spooky wallpaper though.
Spooky wallpaper.
Noon chat.
Are you beatboxing right now?
Hang on,
Welcome
you're
to
calling my
Noon
phone.
Box. Huh?
You're calling my phone.
Get on the computer quick.
Get on your. Whoa, that is scary.
Yeah, that new picture. What the hell?
Oh no.
What?
Stop. No.
Get on computer. Are you on computer?
Hang on.
Oh my goodness.
He's
So
in the
while we
background.
wait, I mean, how you guys doing? You guys are.
You
Those
just
are
dance
good.
or something.
Dolphin
Just
noise
dance.
Dance.
Dance. I mean, while I'm trying to get everything settled, I finally cut my hair.
That's Christian's mating call right there.
I'm not even.
That's
calling.
how he mates. That's his dance that he does.
That's how he attracts the ladies. Hey, girl.
Yes.
My
This is
dance
what
brings
happened
all
when I
the
first had
bitches to the
sex.
yard.
My girlfriend walked in and she's like, "I need you to show me what a true man is." I was like, "All right."
God fucking damn it, guys.
And then she got pregnant. That was great.
The fuck?
Noon chat. Great stuff.
New shit.
Hashtag noon chat.
Big fat ass. Put it on
This fucking hurts my hands.
What? Just going like this?
Like flicking them up and down like that. Like it hurts your wrists.
Well, don't do it then.
That's nice. So I guess this is kind of the
The intro. The
yeah. This is
pre-stream.
this is the intro. If you guys don't like it, well,
Just waiting
Get
for
out.
we're
Mr.
waiting for Brian. Usually it's not like
Everyone
that.
hear me?
Oh hi.
Yeah.
Here.
No.
No.
I got baking soda.
All right, we ready?
That's important. Why?
Are we ready to go, guys?
Ready?
Yes.
Sure.
Hit the mic.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
All right,
Okay.
let's go.
Oh, wait. Let me send them the topics.
Or not.
Brian, here are the topics. And Skype. The ones after the first topic are all reviews.
The hell is distance?
It's a game.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion either.
Spoiler.
All right, guys, we gotta review this game. The fuck is
I have
distance?
it. I have it. So we're good. I'm solo
we're doing
reviewing it.
individual kind of reviews here.
And if two of us have it, then we'll do like a they
All
can
have
both
old
review it.
games. So I can't really.
Yeah.
Here, I got.
Oh, I'll do Battlefield.
I got one for Brian.
Can I do the Can I do the Battlefield one?
Ah,
No.
there we go. Yep, that's a perfect one for
It's
me.
got to be something that's kind of new. It can't be old.
Can I do the
It is
Battlefield one?
Okay, so starting off, first topic today though is the video game market crash is coming back.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy theories here.
Not even
But
words.
like, is it coming back?
Is it though?
Okay, so
Right, well, that was the
basically,
cloud
I don't
topic.
know a single thing about this, by the way.
okay, basically what happened was, with the original or with the Atari 2600, games were becoming super cheap because basically Warner was selling out and making these crappy games that sold really cheap. And everybody kind of had the mindset that, oh, this game's 99 cents. It has to be better than this other game by Activision that's, $30. It was 99 cents, and they could buy multiple ones or something like that, and then you could get like only one, Activision or something like that. But
It's like off-brand.
like now the kind of way it works is like microtransactions in free-to-play games.
DLC.
Pretty much like Flappy Bird kind of was like a big thing, and
Not
was a big
even-
cause of it too.
No,
mainly,
Flappy Bird wasn't the issue. That was just just a free game that had like a small ad at the bottom. There was nothing wrong with Flappy Bird. What
That
I'm
made a
talking about
shit ton of
is
money.
like what's that one with Kate Upton? It's the Gods
Oh.
of Game of War.
Game of War, yeah.
Rage of War or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Or-
bullshit right there. Their commercials piss me off as a gamer.
Yeah.
Like
think,
they're taking
We're
the
the
stereotype of a gamer and they're it's like, hey, we have Kate Upton. You want tits? Come play our game.
Pretty much.
She is a
That's
fact.
they're stereotyping gamers when they do that.
The only
shit.
good thing that came out of that fucking game was the trailer with just her bouncing tits up and down on the
Oh,
horse.
yeah, on horseback.
That's the only good thing.
That was exactly
what?
the point though that people were trying to make though,
Yeah.
like with that.
And it's
like,
not even free to play titles. It's gone over to games that you pay for now, like fucking some games that you can buy, like
Call of
top
Duty
high
like that.
games are you can pay money for. Fucking Far Cry, if you want to just skip the leveling process and like get all the skills, well, fucking buy some points.
See, and that can also like now when
Microtransactions
it
are
comes
fucking
to
cancer.
it, there
Pay to win.
there is an area where
It
there
is.
is an exception.
Microtransactions are fucking pay to win.
Well, no, like there are some games in some areas where they are acceptable. For
TF2?
example, World of Warcraft. They have the game's been out for 10 years and people just get tired of leveling people all the time. Like alternate
I'd say
accounts.
I'd say like
and
things
if
like
you
skins
want
are
like
pretty chill.
they give you the option of doing it. There's no forcing you to do it.
Well, it's pretty much with anything though, like because they're not forcing you to buy anything. The only company that forces you to buy any DLC is probably EA.
yeah, EA's a
uh,
fucking
yeah, EA.
dick.
The only
But
time
the
it would
thing is,
be
like,
This is what pisses me off about EA. You buy a game like SimCity, which is like $30 or $40, and they have the fucking nerve to like put ads in that game. There was something like Nissan cars or something like that they threw in SimCity. It was like, you're fucking joking.
Buy Nissan.
It was something like that.
Buy our products.
That's
Well, all
basically
EA
what they were
are like-
doing.
hey, you've already paid for the game, but why not pay more, huh?
Actually, I think they gave it to you for free. So it was kind of like an ad kind of thing.
One game that it's an alright kind of thing, but it's really just not worth it is Killer Instinct for the Xbox
oh
One.
yeah.
Where that's a big pay to win, but it's because you
Yeah.
have to. It's like it gives you a prerequisite amount of fighters, but if you want more fighters, you have to buy them.
Yeah, and that's also one
That's like
thing with
Smite and LOL.
there is like Clash of Clans is kind of one of those pay to
I'll tell you what,
win.
their Super Bowl commercial was good. I kind of want to play that.
Okay, now Clash of Clans commercials actually
I will
represent the
find you.
game.
And I will kill you.
Can you
Yeah.
not, Aaron? Can you not? I'm talking.
I don't think that was Clash of Clans, was it?
Yeah, that was.
What?
Was that? I don't remember. I thought it was
It was like Angry Neeson, like 52 or something like that.
That was a good
Liam
commercial.
Neeson, yeah.
That was actually a decent commercial. I actually might play that here in a minute, so we can actually compare that to.
Oh, please no.
That's another one that really sucks the money out of your wallet. Without
Yeah,
you
but
even
that one
paying
is a
attention.
little bit more like Like, you can actually play that one without buying it.
Games that require you to wait a certain amount of time, and then it just kind of slides that one option in where it's like, well,
Yeah.
if you want to skip this time,
Here,
here's,
you can buy
buy this.
500 gems for $5.
Here's
No.
a
No.
pay to win. Man.
Wait, there's this fucking game. Hold on. I heard about it, and it was like so unbelievable. I forget what it's called. Hold on.
I'll show you.
Here, I'm
Hey,
trying to bring
Spartans
up.
versus Zombies Defense. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Yeah, actually,
oh,
I
I've
have.
seen
yeah.
that on the store, or I've seen that.
Oh
on the
my
It
god.
looks so bad. I kind of want to stay away from it. Because, I mean, the first thing you see when you log on to is immediately you see Leonidas. And it's not really even, like, a close representation of what Leonidas was. It's the closest they get was Gerard Butler.
All right.
And that's a problem.
All right.
Well,
So
okay.
I want to do a side by side. Well, not side by side, but I want to do.
Pay to win.
Aaron, can you not? I'm trying to do this. All right.
That's so much easier if we took turns talking.
So basically, here is Clash of Clans.
Have it up on stream.
I'm about to say where I see this.
He should have it up on stream and just.
Let me check the stream.
Stop
Hold on,
talking.
let me
Got mute the
Stop
stream.
talking.
I don't know.
It's a talk show where you can't talk.
If you think you can humiliate me and take my
The
gold,
Sullivan Talk Show.
think again. I'm coming for you with
Meditation.
lots of barbarians and dragons. I can't wait to destroy your village while you beg for
Would
mercy.
have done.
But you will get no mercy.
What are we supposed to be looking at here?
My revenge.
It's on stream.
I'm looking on stream
Guys, stop talking.
Over here. It's Liam.
again.
You will regret the day you crossed Angry Neeson 52.
Okay. Now, there's a couple things I want to go over. It's like this. Like, this scene right here is, like, kind of like the chaos that happens, and it's actually kind of like what the game really is. So, like, it is a cinematic, and I mean, I'm not ripping on it for doing a cinematic, because, I mean, people like World of Warcraft, they do that, so I don't have a problem with it. But, like this is good. And then the Liam Neeson thing, like, I can understand that.
That was a good commercial.
Like, that all works. Like, that is actually a respectable commercial. But this crap, the Kate Upton commercial for Game of War. Here, let me play this one.
It makes it seem very
Shut
like
it.
stereotypical.
See?
Come and play with me.
Wow, rude.
You can meet some of my friends. They're really excited to meet you.
Holy shit, that's stupid.
King Captain versus Dragon.
So tell me, do you want to come and play? Game of War. Play for free now from the App Store.
Okay. So that was that.
So the point being is like.
And not to mention, there are many of... Okay, actually, let's do the Super Bowl one. This one's worse.
Which one? Oh my god, are we just playing
The
commercials? Welcome to commercial chat.
Yeah, I know, right? Alright, here we go.
We advertise.
Play Game of War.
One day we'll talk.
Alright.
Are you
So
fucking
that was a Super Bowl
serious?
teaser. But did you see the end of that?
No, not yet.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
So it's basically right here is the scene that pisses a lot of gamers off. Is this crap? That kind of thing.
This is where we have it all up there and stuff. It's very
Here's
like
there's that,
stereotypical
and then there's
towards
also
us.
the whole fact of. Let's see. I don't think it was in this one. This is just a teaser, but yeah, it's these kinds of commercials that don't really show what the game is, like for what it really is. Whereas Clash of Clans, it is actually relatable in the thing. Whereas,
in a sense.
Whereas this is like you don't really play as Kate Upton, so why are you showing us her?
This is the problem with these commercials. It looks like there was a lot of production value gone into these commercials. The CGI
also,
looks great on the creatures. They have a shit ton of costumes and like.
Yep.
And that's one thing I also don't like is the fact that this shows how much money that they are making. They could afford a Super Bowl commercial.
They could afford a movie if they probably wanted to.
Probably.
Movie featuring Kate Upton.
It would just be
It
Kate
also
Upton
probably
walking
wouldn't
around
show
the battlefield
anything
the whole
that
movie.
the game was about.
Probably.
Getting up out of the bathtub 8 times.
Because like I was
Walking
just
around
looking
in
at
the
that dragon
battlefield.
and I was like, holy shit, that dragon looks awesome. That Minotaur looks awesome. Why the hell is this fucking shit?
We get it. Kate
Yeah.
Upton's delicious. Okay, we don't need to see her all every shot.
I don't care about Kate Upton. I want to see more of this like world. I want to see more
Well, the
Hydra
thing is,
dragons.
like-
No.
Even
The
mobile
fact
gaming.
is that they're not showing what the game really is.
To begin
Sex
with,
selling.
like mobile gaming, I've never really considered gaming to begin with.
Mobile
because,
Dude.
mobile.
Yeah, mobile gaming, not really. I mean, Clash of Clans does have some bit of a strategy to it, but it's more of like a pay-to-win kind of thing.
Well, it's like with the reason with the mobile games is like they've kind of transferred over into consoles that you see now is the whole microtransaction thing.
Yeah.
That was just mainly like a mobile thing, you know. You want to buy gems for your farm or whatever in fucking Farmville, go ahead. But once you start bringing that shit into like fucking AAA titles, it's just
And once the
it's
AAA
bad.
companies figured out that, wait a minute, people are paying for this,
It's
they just
bad.
say, go ahead and let's just throw a couple things in
Like,
there that are
it's already
DLCs
doing
and
it.
make them pay for it.
It's especially like EA and stuff like that. Like they've been doing it so much, and it's just getting out of hand right now. Like with gaming and stuff. Like I'm afraid Mass Effect's gonna be shit. I'm afraid Battlefront's gonna be shit because they're just gonna have microtransactions and pay to win.
But
It's
here's
just
the
gonna be
thing
pay to
with
win.
some
We're spending too much time on
AAA
Battlefront.
titles. AAA titles have a lot of them have fallen short, whereas indie developers have risen through the ranks.
Oh, yeah. Big
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Shovel Knight blew the hell up,
Dude,
and that was like what, $19.99, $20?
I think
it's
it's like
short.
$15.
It's short, but it's fun as hell.
Yeah.
But it's just like with the market nowadays, it's like it seems like microtransactions is the way to go. So if you make a game as shitty as possible and then add microtransactions to it, it makes the game like I don't get it.
It doesn't make the game better. It just gives people something to look forward to so that it's their excuse that, wait a minute, it's not done yet.
Or
So it's like, wait
shitty.
until the expansion. Like, that's the thing with Destiny. They release a game that has a storyline that you have to go online to even know anything about it. Like,
All right,
there's especially one, like, cutscene that I absolutely hate in Destiny, and it's one, I don't exactly know the full story of Destiny.
But see, okay, here's the thing with like Destiny and stuff. Like, okay, personally, I didn't like the game, which is true, but I'm not gonna give a shit for microtransactions and stuff because it didn't do that shit.
No.
But with the paid DLC, like when you get DLC and stuff, like pretty much if you look at any Bethesda game, Chief Mikey Beats, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in today. But like, if you get like, the thing with Destiny is like, the game came out and it was. Like they didn't finish. I feel like it wasn't finished correctly, but it's like with the paid DLC, you need a good DLC, like something to expand on. Nothing.
Kind of like a lot of people rip on
Cutting
Counter
a game
Strike.
out, like
but-
cutting a game out and making it DLC, kind of like that.
Yeah, like making part of the game itself DLC. Like I feel like that shouldn't be happening. Like if you can make a game and it has a great story, great gameplay all around, it's great. and then make some add-on expansions later on in the
Like,
future, then
one of
that's
the
totally fine
games
with
that
me.
has been able to do that just probably one of the most amazing ways is probably World of Warcraft. Like the gameplay they have in there, it's pretty good. And then they released these new expansions, and I mean, it was planned that they were gonna have them, but I don't know.
But
There's something about it that just makes it work.
you have to think of it of the perspective of its genre. For an MMO,
Yeah.
you obviously have to expect coming through the gate, this is going to be
Yep.
big. It's going to be taking a lot of my time. Through a first-person shooter, though, it's really fast-paced. You're going to get through the story pretty quick, so you want to make it
Don't play
very interesting.
Yeah,
You want to
play
make
for
it so...
Well, wasn't Battlefield was kind of like that? Like they had the pass, but if you didn't have the pass, you'd have to pay for it.
Oh,
So you kind of had to pay for multiplayer in like Battlefield back in the
they
day.
did that with Dead Space, too, where it's like, if you want to play the multiplayer Dead Space, buy a pass.
Yeah, but Dead Space 2 didn't have a really big open multiplayer like Battlefield did, so it's
Yeah.
like it's not really comparable in terms. But I feel like microtransactions and I feel like microtransactions and like DLC that's part of the game itself are like kind of
Talking
ruining
about
the
cutting
like the gaming scenario right now. Like I feel like every game that's coming out is gonna have like some sort of pay to win DLC, and it's just it's pretty bad. Like how I expect this nowadays of games because
And recently there was the
It's-
whole thing about H1Z1 and them having well, the developers even said that these airdrops are going to be cosmetic, and if they made it, a pay to win, the game would obviously suck. And when the game releases, they just do it. They say fuck everybody. We're gonna go make this pay to win, and they do that. And I will give them a little bit of credit for this though. They did give people that pre-ordered a full refund, no questions asked.
yeah.
I will give them props for that because it wasn't the game that they were expecting. But the fact is, you don't do that kind of crap. And here's the thing, if they wouldn't have done that, I know a lot of people are saying this, if they wouldn't have done that crap, this game would probably be the zombie MMO to play.
I think right now it currently is because DayZ's still
Yeah.
in beta and it has been for the past year and a half. But with like H1Z1, like as the developers had promised that wouldn't happen, that's kind of a fault on their own, and that's something that's not like good at all whatsoever. I don't know why they decided to do that in the end. Like as much as I like the game is fun. The game's good. I recommend it. Like I'd pay $20. I paid $20 for it, so I recommend playing it. If you have money to spare, the game will go free to play eventually. But still, like you can't do that with like your like fans and stuff. You can't be like, hey, there won't be any pay to win. Don't worry, you can't get guns in the airdrop. Just put the guns in the airdrop. Go. You can't really do that because then
Trust me, Angry Joe would have a little skit right there with the guy that wears the mask thing, and he'd be doing that weird voice.
Oh, Cobra Commander.
Whatever the
Yeah,
fuck it
Cobra
is. Yeah.
Commander.
I
Oh, go ahead.
I'll tell you guys what. There's some games that do DLC really good, like Grand Theft Auto, for instance.
Yeah.
They could have made all that DLC they give you paid, like make it cool.
Though
I know they
they
didn't
got
need
so
to,
much money back from just the
but, yeah,
pre-orders.
but they understand that it's gonna make a lot of money, and so hey, let's give them all the DLC for free. They already bought the game, so screw it. Like I
Well,
like
if you're
that.
gonna talk about like games like that and stuff, like or not games like
Well, I'm
that, but
talking, like
DLC that are good. It's definitely like any like pretty much in recent times Bethesda games like Fallout and Skyrim and such. Like the DLCs are like the game's good enough on its own where it doesn't
Yeah.
need them, but people wanted it, so sure enough they made it, and people love that stuff. See, that's the DLC that we need nowadays, and it's just not happening with companies. Companies don't want to be doing that stuff. They just want if they don't want to like spend the time to do it, and they'll take a game and they'll be like, all right, you know what, we could chop off that ending and we can make that DLC. Don't worry, we can have a little bit of a fake ending, but let's throw that DLC for $10 more on there. That's what I feel like companies are trying to do nowadays, and it's ruining gaming for a lot of people. Like for me, like I've been disappointed in games nonstop last year, and this
last
year
year was really bad. And also, like they're now this is cutting away from a little bit of the DLC factor, but there's also the thing where like, the games are just garbage. They're like these companies are trying to pass off games that aren't even finished. I mean, Assassin's Creed, they had to patch the fucking game for like weeks on end to try to fix all the issues. And also, the Master Chief Collection, I've still heard that doesn't work, and it's been months. And it's the fact that these companies are putting out games that are not finished and that need to be finished. Because honestly, the way I see it, I'm not even gonna buy the game if it's not finished. I'll let the reviewers tell me if this game works or not, and if it doesn't work, I don't buy it.
Well, so like what I find really weird with those games though is like they delay them so many fucking times too. Like they'll delay, and it's still not finished. It's like, what are you doing with that delay time?
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs was bad. It was a bad game. Like
one
thing, there was also a huge thing about that though, where the graphics on the PC looked way worse than what they showed people at E3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can find the side by side of that, and it's awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. My brother spent $100 on that game.
Chief Mikey B says, "I wish PlanetSide 2 was on console." Funny thing about that was H1Z1 was built on the PlanetSide engine, so that's why it kind of has its. But that's the problem. If H1Z1 was made on the same kind of engine, why does it look somewhat subpar in comparison?
There's reasons for that, but
you know what's strange is that like, where's the quality control? What people are looking at these games like, oh, it's not finished. Let it go through anyway.
Some of them don't do
the idea that they're trying to pass along is, oh, the game's not finished, but we'll finish it later on.
In DLC.
Like, we'll patch it. Like, don't worry.
It's like
that's not how you make a game. Think about it.
If you're looking at a game as a gamer and you're sitting there like playing it and you think like this wouldn't be good to the consumers, you shouldn't give it to the consumers until you finish it, make it better, whatever you have to do to make it actually a game people want to play.
Oh god.
And
I just have a dark future.
I've also heard the fact that I know a lot of these companies, they don't have the greatest working conditions, so I mean maybe that's a factor in this. I mean, maybe they're not getting their work done because you're being assholes or something. I don't know. Maybe management's a dick.
Yeah, you just work for.
I don't like my boss, so we should put out that shit ass game that we worked on last week. What do you say, Tim? That's
well, no, like the bosses are probably trying to rush it, and it's like you don't do that if it isn't finished.
Yeah.
The thing is, your product may sell the first time because say it's a new IP and stuff. Oh man, new IP looks pretty cool. Wow, game was shit. I'll learn from that mistake. I'm not buying the second one when that comes out. Okay, the second one. Not getting that. Sorry.
Hey boss, let's do a beta. No, let's don't do a beta. Just
Looks
release
at the
it.
Call of Duty community.
You know what? Like thinking about these games that aren't finished and they go through anyway. That reminds me of a game.
Talk to me.
That a big game that everyone talks about still today, still laughs at. We all know what I'm talking about. Sonic 06.
Oh my god, that fucking game was so bad. I don't want to talk about that game. That game was so bad. I don't want to talk about that.
I actually saw something the other day. It was on, I think it was PC Gamer, and it was just "Let Sonic Die" was what it said.
Yeah, let it die, please.
Didn't Sonic actually die in a game? I thought he died in a game where they killed him off, and people were like, "Oh, that's fucking stupid! Why did he die?"
It's just the fact that just stop. Like,
let's say
and the reason they keep doing it is because that is their only moneymaker. They don't really have any other games.
Well, it's like Nintendo
it's
with
biggest
Smash.
IP.
They jerk Smash around like every fucking year.
Yeah.
They don't. What are you talking about? There's only 4 Smash games.
I'm still playing Super Smash.
Or what? No, either Smash or Pokemon. They always have
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
No, it's
not Smash.
It's not Pokemon. Pokemon doesn't come out
Smash has been good every time it's come out.
Mario,
Except maybe
Mario
Brawl was alright.
They do Mario Karts every once like
Mario Kart.
Mario
is a perfect.
Any Mario game is like
Mario. Dude, they milk the fucking franchise of Mario.
There are certain games that come out that I do like from like the Mario series, but it's just like it's a dying franchise, and it's kind of hard to save it at this point.
Well, the reason it's dying is because they keep doing these games that are so repetitive, and they're just sequels, and they're shit. Now, I will admit that this new Zelda game coming out does look pretty good, Because
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge improvement from like the other games. Whereas stuff like Super Mario Bros, it's always the same thing. And
Well, the thing with, like,
it's like
Zelda and
okay,
stuff.
we've all played it, we get it. We're probably not gonna play it again unless you're a hardcore Nintendo
The thing
fan.
with like Zelda and stuff is like it's hard to be like, I like they've done so well with it in the past, and they keep doing well with it with each game that it's really hard to disappoint at this point. Like they expect so much of it, and they have like succeeded to, you know, uh, give everybody what they want pretty much.
What is this?
You give the
Team
people
Noon
what they
says
want.
Zazer15.
TeamNewN is a group of streamers who come together to play games, talk about games, and randomly be stupid, which we're stupid 99% of the time. So
Hello, welcome.
that is what
No.
TeamNewN.
If
Now-
this is Nintendo's way from taking a break from Mario, make the same fucking game, but instead the main character is Toad.
Yeah.
yeah, those kind of.
Didn't they make a new? It was
Oh
like,
my god!
Oh, it's so
Innovation.
different from every other game.
yeah. Didn't they make a like? It was like new Yoshi's Island or something like that. That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
it was like terrible.
I don't remember.
I don't know, but I know they did make a game
I don't
where
keep up with
it was
Nintendo
like-
because I just can't stand their sequels.
Bringing
I see
bringing
Aaron
this
is
bringing this back to Sonic, Sonic Boom. Oh boy, that was the most recent Sonic game released, and holy shit, that was bad.
Shadow the
Ugh.
Hedgehog. That was pretty- I like that.
No.
What?
No.
Shadow the
In
Hedgehog?
terms of the Sonic game, it was bad. Like it was unique. I'll give it that factor, but the game overall was just shit.
It
The thing is,
didn't
like,
know what game it wanted to be. It's like, oh, it's a fighter. Now it's a puzzle game. Now it's a fucking make up your mind.
All right.
it's just like it's a
So-
dying series. Let it die for like a couple of years, and then like come up with something new, something innovative with the game series itself, and then release it. But don't milk it afterwards for 50 fucking hours. Like, oh, do
Oh,
all the
most
cash.
important factor. Make
Come
it
on, dude.
finished.
Well, I will
finished-
give Nintendo one thing. Their games are pretty good when it comes to being finished.
Most.
Like, I mean, like
Well,
polish
finish-
wise. I mean, like
finish
polish
wise,
is what I
yes.
meant.
Finished wise, yes.
Aaron
Like-
keeps trying to say something, but he can't. I just see him in the freaking cam, and he's just like,
All right, so I
What do you
want
have
to
to say,
I want to
Aaron?
get
Wait, what
people's
does Aaron have to say?
final.
Wait, what does Aaron
Things.
have to say?
Okay, Aaron, what do you have to say?
Well, I know the original topic was DLC, so I just
No,
wanted
it
to-
was no. The original topic was the game
What's the deal with DLC?
is the game industry crash coming once again?
Is it?
maybe.
I don't know. That's honestly a tough one to say. Like it may.
With,
or
I
may
mean,
not.
with
We
all
don't
the
know.
with
We
all the
don't-
bad DLCs, with all these games that
We're at
make
a
you
low.
wait and you can pay to speed them up, with just
But
with
like
the
some,
bad games not even being, or like games that are so hyped and they're not even finished when they come out. Like, is it dying?
I don't.
it may be like that, but isn't it always coming? Well,
Yeah,
it's like
there's people
2014
always-
was a very very low point in gaming. In terms of gaming, like if you
Well-
played games last year, like as much as I did, like I played pretty much any new release that you could think of. I played a lot of fucking games last year, and they were mostly like shit. Like most of them were shit. The good ones were remasters and stuff like that I played, and it's just like it was a really low point of gaming in my opinion, and I feel like it can't go any lower because like at least in my expectations that I've seen like from gaming last year, I feel like it can go nowhere but like stay there or go up a little bit.
Yeah,
But I
if you
don't think
about
there's
the-
much to innovate on nowadays. So
But if you
Well-
think about the new consoles came out basically that year, so not many games that were good came out. It's a new console. People were starting to say, hey, we can do this.
Well, they're
like,
starting to experiment with it now.
yeah. So like this year, like the games that are coming out are probably gonna be they're going to be way better than last year's games. But they have another
I
year
hope so.
of experience. Like, hey, here we go. This
well, see,
console,
like another thing with
Year-
the new consoles and stuff is like
because most of them
they're-
are for new consoles.
the exclusives have been kind of like non-existent pretty much.
Last-
Like the consoles came out and they were like, okay, well we don't really have any ideas, so here's a remastered game, and they keep doing that. But one thing that I liked, which I know Brad doesn't really like the game all too much, but I did like the company for doing this.
Ghosts.
Dying Light. The game was originally set to release on all 5 consoles: Xbox One, PS4, PC, Xbox 360, and PS3. The company decided to make a decision saying, no, we can't do it for Xbox 360 anymore or PS3. And basically, that was a move to make it like, the newer consoles, like a step forward in the newer consoles. So it's like, all right, it's time to leave these behind. It's
Yeah.
new consoles. They've been out for 2 years now. We need something, for it. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
So they're kind of
But
like,
that's
with companies like that, they're speeding up the process, and I think that's a good idea with things. But like, a lot of consumers are going to get angry because they don't want to buy the new consoles. But
Or they can't.
they've been out for a while now, so that's pretty much what happened with the Xbox and the Xbox 360. Eventually, it'll all turn into, Xbox One, and then the newer Xbox will come out and be like, well, same thing. So,
Well, the thing
And-
about some exclusives, the new exclusives that are coming out this year are pretty good. Like PS4 has the Order 1886, which I'm excited for. I want to get a PS4 for that game because that looks pretty good.
They're
I
gonna
think
have
Xbox One
PlanetSide.
has. What does Xbox One have? Isn't Evolve multi-platform?
No, I can get it on my PS4. I
Oh.
think.
I don't
I remember it was
I haven't
advertised
played
in
it yet.
Because the Order 1886 is the one I want to play. I want to get a PS4 just for that. So it looks really good.
yeah, there are definitely some good games
I
coming
could have
out.
sworn I heard somewhere that Konami was actually going to release their new Metal Gear for Xbox, and I was thinking that's going to be weird for how that franchise has been for so long, and now this kind of transition to Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. So
It's that
final.
taste on day.
And I bet you when Battlefront comes out, the DLC will be Star Wars Episode 7 maps.
Oh,
I'd like to.
Which
I'd
one
like
bet?
to say
So-
something
so
about
final-
Hold on, wait. Skittles,
get it.
guys. One last thing. Let's Skittles.
About the whole thing. Is the stock video game market going to crash? If developers think that, oh yeah, we can make a piece of shit, hype it up, and then sell it, and then people realize it's a piece of shit, but they've already spent their money, so it doesn't fucking
Well,
matter.
sucks.
Then yeah, fucking it
Pre-orders.
will.
All
Wait,
right,
hang on.
This is the last thing I want to say. But if there's one area that is
typing it
saving,
out.
well, there's actually two areas that are pretty much saving gaming as it kind of exists, and that's one, indie games. They are helping a ton. Now, not the shitty indie games. I mean, like the good ones, like the really good ones that nobody sees coming. And also, esports. Esports gained huge momentum last year. Like the CS:GO, one of those. It was like one of the CS:GO things. It was like they broke records with it. And also, I mean, League of Legends, like their esports has helped it a ton and grow. And like that is probably where the future of gaming is going, is probably toward esports. And
yeah.
so they're
Yeah.
really helping. And I think these indie games are also helping also because they're the ones making the good games now. It's no longer the AAA companies. The AAA companies are pumping out games like no tomorrow and they're shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because you want to know why? Name some of the games that you have seen shit ton of commercials for.
Call of Duty,
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty,
Assassin's
Battlefield,
Creed.
Assassin's Creed. How have those been?
Bad.
Well, Battlefield-
Exactly.
Well, I don't want to
Now
talk about
games that have like no commercials. Name some of those.
Minecraft.
Shadow of Mordor that had no commercials.
Mhm.
Well,
Fucking-
do trailers count as commercials?
Yes. Well, no, if they were on TV.
Like
Oh, no.
I'm talking about like
Killing
Shadow
Floor
Mordor didn't have anything like that. Killing
That's
Floor didn't
not
have
out
any of
yet.
it. Those are fucking amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
So, is the video game industry dying? It is
It's an
tough to
if.
say.
Yeah, well, I honestly don't think it will. I'm pretty sure it'll pick up again like it always does. I definitely don't think it'll crash. It never does, really. But like the only time I think it crashed was in like 1983.
It
Yeah,
was
pretty
when
sure
it was.
that's it.
Yeah, I don't know what year it was, but
But it was a while ago. And the point
Yeah.
is, like, games are at the point where they do sell a lot, and they all sell anyways. But it's to the point where I doubt the game market will ever crash. At least in our lifetime.
We don't know because this year's
Fuck it, it's dead.
it's a very bold step to what
I think a
some
lot of
companies
good games
have
are going to come
done.
out this year. So
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully this year will kind of bring it back out of 2014. 2014 was terrible.
Treyarch's doing Call of Duty.
Hopefully 2015 brings it
I don't care
back
about-
and makes
I know you
gaming
don't care
worth
about
it
Call of
once
Duty, but-
again.
Now,
Let's hope it's a
2014,
rebound.
yeah,
That's
it
all
was
we
full
hope
of
for.
shit games, but
We
there were
just want
some good games
games,
that came out of
okay?
it.
Okay,
If we can get
So
companies
far.
listening.
so that was it for that subject. Now we're going to go into the review section of NewN Chat, something new that we haven't really done ever before. So what game do we want to start off with this?
I call Battlefield.
Let
Why
me
don't
see
you
the
start?
list again.
You could start.
Me?
Yeah, you can start with your distance.
All right. So I was going through, Steam, checking stuff out, and I come across a game. It's a racing game called Distance, and I mean, just the picture alone looks kind of interesting. Here, I'm trying to find it. There it is. Now, just the picture alone looked pretty interesting. It looks kind of like Tron and whatnot. So I was like, all right, this looks pretty cool. Then I watched the trailer, and boy, am I glad I watched the trailer. Because, here, I'm actually just going to play this trailer because you don't really know what I'm talking about unless you watch the trailer. So, here we go.
Can't be World of War
Huh, crew, get
Oh.
the shit out of here.
Sponsoring. We're not sponsored by Perfect. Copyright.
Oh wow, that's pretty swag.
What the hell? You can have a seizure playing this.
Jesus Christ,
Yes, I did not.
Oh my god.
cross flashing stuff.
If you are photosensitive, I recommend not playing this game or watching
Alright.
the trailer.
I'm gonna admit this actually does look like a pretty chill racing game right here.
Wow. Oh my God, you can
Take that. Take that, Ubisoft.
10 out of 10.
Oh my god!
Look at all these modes. Look at all these modes.
It looks like Burnout in the future. It looks like
I will
Burnout.
admit, that looks...
Damn, son.
There's the seizure warning.
Ah.
It's when you purchase the game.
Okay, that game is gonna be huge. There's a level editor. That thing is gonna get.
I
so
might
much.
buy that. That
Alright.
actually looks
Man.
pretty chill.
Now,
Like,
I really
don't
want to
care.
get into this.
Hold on,
Okay.
Before you get into it, I'd like to say that I
You are
don't like
liable for
racing
my
games. Like,
hospital
I've
fees.
never
Yeah,
been
I don't
a
like
big fan
racing
of
games either.
games,
I
but
didn't
that
like 'em
looks
until I
pretty
got
chill.
this.
I might play that.
Holy
Alright.
shit!
Nice stuff.
Now I'm
did
not
like
one
that.
to like racing games. I never have. I have a
Overwhelmingly
NASCAR game over there. I haven't even opened the package. It's still in the foil.
I
So,
like these games. Look at it.
but this game right here, the soundtrack is on point.
Is it techno?
The Tron-like graphics that will attract gamers like crazy, and they didn't overdo it with the lights either. Everything fits. Not to mention, some of the lights in the game are synced to the music, which is crazy. And this game is only in early access, of course.
And let's remember,
So-
everyone, this is an indie game.
Yeah, this is a
Take a
indie
look
game.
at your
Oh, it is.
AAA titles.
No.
Yes.
Nice.
another example of what we were talking about earlier. But this game
I'd
right
like
here.
to point out. Hold on. I'd like to point out that user reviews overwhelmingly positive. like to
98%.
point that out.
Not to mention, I already
haven't
did my
seen it.
review on it.
Is it like techno? Like what kind of music?
It's
I'm sure
kind
it's
of like
like
a
techno.
techno-ish
EDM.
dubstep. Yeah, it's EDM.
Ooh.
And
Ah.
like, think about it. Like, it's supposed to be kind of like a Tron look to it, and it's got that music that just fits it. And like,
Beautiful.
and just the art, it looks great. And now, of course, this game is like, it was really like recently released, so there's not a ton of content out there for it. But once this game starts gaining a little bit of momentum, this game is going to be huge. This game, like, it's survival racing. If you didn't pick it up earlier, it's survival
I
racing.
recommend it.
It's not just racing like you would expect in a normal game.
It's like you
This
take
game,
your character from H1Z1 and put him in a car.
there you go. And there's obstacles you have to get through. Like, and if you didn't catch it, you can fly your car. Tell me another racing game that does that.
There was the Sonic one.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Sonic All-Star Racing
Shut up.
Transform.
Get that shit out of here. We're done talking about fucking Sonic. Get that shit out of here.
Oh
We're done
man,
with
that was
that.
perfect. That was perfect. And that one you can also go on sea.
Oh my god.
But
fuck
no,
you.
This
Get
is
out.
pretty
Get out.
cool because it's a survival racing where you can actually be destroyed because there's
like, did you
lasers,
see
there's
when that car
saws.
split? Like the laser in the car split in half.
Yeah, that was cool. That was
It looks like
fucking
Burnout. Like, it
Burnout.
kinda
This
plays like
game looks amazing on its own. The developers went a step ahead and went, "Hey, let's add a level editor so you people can make your own stuff and show us what you can make."
That actually looks pretty
And
good.
this game would have, like, if they didn't put the level editor in there, it would have been all about, just the games like they come out with. But in a racing game, you need a level editor so that you can let your community make something out of this game. Because think
You can
about
play
it,
user created-
Minecraft got where it is because they let the users mod, they let the users do whatever they wanted to do, basically. And
If there wasn't that, we'd
this
still be-
game is kind of taking the racing genre to that. So I think that this game is just fantastic, and if I had to rate it from 0
like
to
the next
10,
level.
I'm gonna have to give this thing a solid 8.
Wow.
0 to
I
100.
really want more The only thing that it is lacking, since it is on early access, is of course, more content, which is coming soon. I do understand that. But also, there is one thing that I would like to add to this game, and that's the fact that this game, like, the game is really good itself, but I feel like it's missing a little something. And I don't know if that's more, like, more tricks you can do, or, more obstacles or something. But I feel like there's, like, a small thing missing, and I just don't know what it is. But, I mean, it can also be the music, because I do feel like the music is a little under par, like a tiny fraction under par. But other than that, the music is fantastic. And it's just, 8 out of 10. It's a fantastic game.
It's definitely looking like a game that needs some EDM in it.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
what I'm thinking.
Because when you
I
think
see it.
Tron, you think E EDM.
They need some Steve Aoki.
Who the fuck has the
These-
mechanical keyboard?
That's that.
The
Oh, I have
developers
one.
of this
Christian has
game
one
took
too.
a big risk in which they threw as much money as they could into
Click slower.
production to make it look as it is,
I'm not talking-
whereas
Shush. Let
some
Brian
other
talk.
titles that are in early access wouldn't do such, like H1Z1. They don't throw Sony, who's a big company, doesn't throw everything they have at it because they're like, why do we want to spend so much on this if people are not going to play it? So we're just going to get it to the stable basis that we can so people can play it, and if people like it, then we're going to put more production into it. Where these guys, they were just like, fuck it, just throw everything at it.
Yeah.
And it's amazingly good, I'd say, just from looking at this.
It looks good.
Yeah, it sure
I would
looked
love to play
interesting.
that.
Yeah, I might actually stream this.
It's not a racing game, so.
Always put
I mean, if
seizure
it'll
warning
work,
for
I
your
might
videos.
stream it on Sunday. So if you guys
Well,
want to check out
actually,
my
how
channel on
much is the
Sunday, I
game
might be
itself?
streaming
20
it.
bucks?
Yeah, it's 20 bucks.
20 bucks for that?
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
Take a
20
look.
I might get
bucks.
that.
The
And I
crew.
mean, it is lacking like the campaign, the very end of the campaign, like it like glitches out, and you seriously think your computer's like glitching out. Like I was like, I knew that it wasn't finished, but I didn't expect it to do this cool glitching kind of thing. So it was like they really know what they're doing, and they also take into the fact that the world does look digital, and they kind of take the Tron aspect into it, where they kind of make everything look like it would have looked in Tron if they were to expand the Tron world, which pretty much the end of every level is like a bunch of lasers kind of thing put together, and then you fly through that, and your car like disintegrates into cubes. And if you remember the movie Tron Legacy, when he sits in the chair and there's that laser thing behind him, and it basically like scans his body and takes it into the game, it kind of does that sort of thing whenever you end a level, which is just so cool. And it's just
Brad, do we?
it's a good game.
Sorry, Brad, do we have follower alerts on?
Not right now.
Yeah,
No.
I saw the
No. Okay.
No,
'cause you
not for
saying,
not for
like-
new chat. I don't have
Time
those on
to
for new
grow.
chat.
I just saw it.
I
Alright,
thought we
So
did.
so that is distance, and
what next?
yeah, next game.
Oh, is it my game next? I think it's
Whoever
my
wants
You wanna
to whoever wants to go next. I can bring it up on Steam if it's on Steam.
I want to
Well,
go.
Me and Aaron
actually,
can both
this is-
do Battlefield since we probably both
I got
played
that.
it the
I wanna
most.
Well,
No,
you and
no,
Aaron
we
can
don't. We're not
both
gonna
do
do Battlefield because
but-
Battlefield's a little bit outdated for us right now.
No.
Battlefield
This,
Hardline?
this one's different. No, hold on.
Oh, Hardline. Yeah, okay,
Ryan.
Hardline. I understand. Yeah.
Ryan, we can talk about this one. The Resident Evil remaster.
Ah, yes, that's a very. It's an up and down kind of thing. While Resident Evil the remaster does have a great nostalgia kind of effect, Capcom tried to go a step ahead to try to replicate its pretty bad voice acting that it had from before, in which it kind of does it, but at the same time it's kind of worse. So like, have any of you here played the original Resident Evil?
No.
Yeah,
You
of
almost
course.
became a Jill.
Besides
Sandwich.
Christians.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet
yes,
right
yes,
now because I don't know
yes.
anything about Resident Evil. So
That exact line that Skittles just said was famous from that game because it was so bad with the voice acting. It sounded so bad, but they took that out of the remaster and instead they said, "Oh, a few seconds and you would have fit perfectly into a sandwich." It's bad.
That's dumb.
So,
Took away from
I
the
don't know if you
charm
guys
of
know
that
this.
line.
So the game came out in 1996, and at around 2001ish, when I was getting into gaming and stuff, I was probably about
Great
like 3
graphics
when I
for
first started playing
2001.
games. I played the original, the very very original. So it was before the remaster, and
oh,
so basically,
hold up.
Oh,
Here, yeah, it did the. How did it do that? Anyway, I take it somebody followed. It didn't show up for some reason. I'm guessing
it
that's
was
you,
Caesar15.
Caesar15. Thank you for following. If you guys are watching on YouTube, sorry about that. But
thank you. For following.
so yeah, that thank you for following.
So, like, when I was younger, I played this game. Okay, so Resident Evil, I was about, like, 5 years old when I started playing this fucking game. And the game being shit out of me. Now, if you don't know what the game looked like, you could probably look it up on YouTube and probably find what the game looked like back in the day. And this game was absolutely fucking amazing. I loved it. I played the ever-living shit out of it. The only one I ever played the living shit out of it was Resident Evil 2, which was, in my opinion, the best Resident Evil. But this game was my childhood, and when they did the remaster, I actually didn't play the remaster, like not the HD remaster, but the remaster that came on the GameCube. I didn't play that game whatsoever. So I missed out on an entirely new aspect of it, and with this, I like it because it gives a chance for like newer gamers who are like, you know, coming out and stuff, like playing games for the first time on PC and PS4 and all that good stuff. It gives them a chance to play games that we had when we were younger and stuff. Like, I know a lot of people will probably say this game wasn't like for my time, it was before my time, when it really wasn't. It was only like 5 years. But with the game, like, it gives, like I said, it gives a chance for newer people to come in and give this series a try and actually learn like what we kind of played back in the day. And it's a pretty chill thing that I like. So I definitely enjoy the game. I'm gonna be playing it a lot. I'll probably be streaming it a lot.
Now, I want to
but-
actually play the trailer. Just, you know, I like playing trailers whenever talking about a game. I like playing trailers.
Trailer
so.
chat.
Shows people what they're getting.
So we're gonna go ahead and play the trailer here.
Ba-da-bum.
I just
Someone
want
wants. This guy wants me to talk. I'm talking to you. Love me yet? Do you want to hear my beautiful words?
Chris, this way.
Stuff they want to talk about.
Don't worry, Skittles.
I
We got
said
to talk.
before, I was like, Skittles, what do you have to say
Don't worry,
about
we
this?
have
But
a
they
game
just
for
kept
it.
talking.
The show must go on.
Like when you talk about
not
like
like
game
we're out of
reviews,
this
I
yet.
Guys,
feel like
shush.
I almost
I
have
think you
nothing to
better
say.
take a look at
What
this.
is it?
No.
Man, this fucking game.
Chris!
Jeez.
This game right here. This game right here is the definition of true survival.
Oh, it's not over.
Well, it never is. The monstrosity.
That's very unsettling.
This game is what true survival horror is. Like sure, you could say H1Z1, yeah, you know, you get a stick and you build a tree. Good job. But, like, this game, you were limited on everything. It didn't matter what it was. Ammo, if you used too much ammo, you're basically fucked. You had to run around with a fucking knife and you'd be fucked. Okay, from
what Caesar said...
The reason for the graphics is because the game was a 1996 game that was remade in 2001. Basically, what they did is they took the 2001, polished it just a little bit. They didn't completely remake it. They just made it HD and 60 FPS. So that's why the graphics aren't too good. But the graphics still hold their own for a 2015 game. So, yeah. But the games are good, at least up to about Resident Evil 5-ish. People started not liking them. I personally like them. But the games kind of went downhill, and I can see why they have.
I mean, just coming from looking at the trailer, like, it looked kind of interesting. Like, I didn't get a whole lot from the trailer, but it looked pretty interesting. I mean...
For those who play it and are like, well, why does it seem like my character doesn't really fit into the world? It seems like everything's just kind of still. It's because how they made it was... Everything was made on like a 3D photo, so everything there is pretty much like a photo, and your character is the only 3D model in that plane. So it will look a little bit weird depending on the camera angle and how you're going up stuff, but it still looks pretty damn good for just a 3D photo animation of it.
Skittles, you played the original Resident Evil, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Is there anything else you have to say on it?
What do you guys say, Skittles?
I mean, final
Hashtag meet Brandon.
0 out of 10? I mean, or from a scale from 0 to 10 was what I meant.
Okay. Well, here's the tough thing. I'm very biased because it's pretty much my childhood. I pretty much get, like, as a fan of the game, I give it 10 out of 10 all the way. But as, like, a critic of the game, probably an 8 out of 10, like,
I'd say that. Yeah.
Not to give it.
It's like it's definitely a good game, but it's very, like, you know, you have to definitely plan out what you're doing. So yeah, like it's also hard to get into, but once you get into it, you're gonna love it.
Those who are used to like 4, 5, 6. This is definitely going to be a step down from what people are used to. You know, like people nowadays, they're so used to 4, 5, and 6, the over-the-shoulder, action-packed, and all of a sudden it's like camera angles. What the fuck am I playing?
Yeah, so if you're coming from that, like, direction, then it's definitely a step. I wouldn't say a step down. It's definitely a step in a different direction. So you're not gonna feel comfortable with it unless you're used to that, like Silent Hill gamers are. But definitely, from my point of view, it's a 10 out of 10 because it's probably my favorite game, one of my favorite games of all time, out of any game in the world. So,
yeah, it's a very fun game.
Caesar is, come on, man. I'm
He's
letting him talk.
Caesar is
blowing up at me. He's blowing up at me.
He's not happy. You're upsetting him.
I'm sorry.
He's gonna go into an all caps rage
so,
until.
What's our next game?
All caps rage.
Why don't we let Oh wait, hang on. To
oh wait, we're gonna
the Alex one. Thank you for following, as well as Brush one. Thank you for following, and welcome to the TeamNewN chat. Appreciate those follows.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Resident Evil. The HD remaster. What is next?
Here, since Caesar is raging, let's let Skittles go on with the next game review.
Let's do it.
What do you say, Skittles?
What was the next one?
What was the game review?
Evolve.
Evolve. I haven't played it yet.
I'm done. I gotta go. I'm done.
All right, well, that's NewN chat, everyone. I hope you had a great time.
Thanks for coming.
All right.
Oh my god.
All right. So okay, I think Aaron and Brian wanted to do
The
I
hard
thought
line.
Yeah,
beta.
Hardline.
Oh,
I'll have to bring up like Origin or something to do that.
Aaron, you can
Fucking
go first.
Skittles.
Talk
Taser
about your
style.
experience.
so go first to Battlefield Hardline.
Leave me
There you go,
alone,
bathroom. I'll be
Taser.
back.
He's a cyberbully.
All right, so if you guys want to go over it, go right ahead.
Oh, you want
Christian
you want to go right
left.
now or wait for
He's
Christian?
done.
I mean, Christian is gonna be right back here in a minute, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead. He's not.
Let
He's
me go
quick.
first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, Battlefield Hardline. Now, before I started playing the beta, I wasn't very optimistic about this game because it was cops and robbers and it wasn't, the military like Battlefield is. But then, due to the game before I watched Battlefield 4, which was total shit, I wanted to give it a try. I don't want to be, judgmental and everything. So I tried the beta, and good lord, it is a good fun. Okay. Now they only give you 3 game modes: was Conquest, Heist, and I think Hotwire. The 2 new ones being Heist and Hotwire, and they are loads of fun. And I think Hotwire is probably my favorite. All you have to do is take a specific car, I think, they label them A, B, and C, and drive them as fast as you can to drain the other team's tickets. And the other team can get cars and try to shoot them down or blow them up to steal them or anything. It's a really great mode. There's no level cap in the game, so you can go as high as you want. The weapons are fun. You can customize your character. You get battle packs, but you don't need, in-game cash to do it. You can just, you earn money through playing the game and stuff. So, I think Heist, you're the robbers. The robbers have to steal the money. And when you're the cops, you have to, stop
I
them.
can go from the heist. For heist, when you are the police, you can stop the robbers from destroying the bank. It's pretty much like a 2-objective thing. The robbers have to go in, they have to plant the bomb, and they have to wait for it to go off to access the vault. Well, the cops at that point can jump in and stop them if, they can even get in. But once the robbers blow open the vault and start getting the cash, there are 2 points that they can go to. One's either A or and the other one's B. And they'll be randomly put at one spot. One for me, when I was the cop, it was literally right out front of our spawn. So I was like, how the hell are these guys going to win? Did I regret those words? The other one was right across the street, and, in my next match, one was in a multiplex building. It's very random, and it's pretty fun. And when the robber has the bag, he has to run to the selected area, and he has to, defend until the helicopter arrives to pick it up, and then that spot is done. You can't use that same spot for the second bag. You have to go to the second spot. So if they went to the multiplex building, that one's gone. Now they have to come all the way over to where our spawn is to drop the bag off, which is a problem because that shit's a huge firefight. But I still lost.
And also about Hotwire, whenever you get into a car, there's a radio, and the music they have is amazing. Get you pumped up. It makes you want to shoot shit and everything. They got Public Enemy. I think they have. What else do they have? They have techno music, they have rap music, rock music, anything that you like to get you pumped up and ready to shoot. You can lean out of the cars with guns and shoot the other cars and things. You can do drive-bys of people. I mean, it's loads of fun. I mean, I can't imagine it not being, a great game and everything. Lots of camos too. You don't have to pay for them like in the old game. You just get them. So.
One thing that is cool.
Do you mean by just get them? Do you mean kind of
like you don't like if you
kind of like in COD, how like you kind of earn them by playing the game, like level wise?
From when I
Like
played the
that.
beta, they were already there. You just had to spend the in-game currency that you get from matches.
Yeah.
So it's like 5,000 for a camo.
Yeah, but you earn it. You don't just pay for money. You earn it, which is pretty cool.
Good. It's
Yeah.
about time EA learns that.
Weapon skins, different weapons you can buy. You can buy all the attachments to help change your weapon. Different grips. There's 3 different grips, by the way. There's 3 different grips. It's
As
crazy.
available in the beta. There wasn't a whole lot available towards the beta. There is going to be a lot in the full release.
Yeah. And there's no.
Have we talked about the reload animations yet, though?
Oh, I'm going to get to that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Because I actually got some of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the
I saw
map.
the Deagle one.
Mm-hmm.
They only give you 2 maps, but I think the favorite. I think it's in LA or something. There's
The
Levolution,
festival
what they
and-
call it, the Crane Falls and everything. But otherwise, it's fun. The only problem I have with this, like when you hit a car, you like glitch and shit and everything. But you know, it's the beta. It's not the full game. So for a beta, it's fantastic. Hell, when this thing's over, I'm gonna go play some Battlefield Hardline beta now. After we're done.
I think the beta's closed officially.
Oh,
Is it closed now?
correct.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Closed on like the 10th.
Damn it!
But I pre-ordered the game after I played the beta. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get this game," because it ran so smooth. When I play first-person shooters, sometimes it's kind of clunky at some points. I think this game was probably one of the most smoothest games I've played so far.
Smoother
Christian,
than Counter-Strike?
oh, it was beautiful. Christian, you were there and you saw it.
What console?
The
do you have?
game, I will not lie, the game on PS4, because that's what I played it on, is very smooth, like, pretty smooth 60 FPS 1080p, I won't lie.
So
It's
PS4.
very nice.
Right.
Hmm?
You played on the PS4, right?
Yes.
I played it on the Xbox 360. It looked good on the Xbox 360. It was smooth and everything.
It was beautiful.
I mean, it wasn't
Really
60
beautiful.
FPS like the PS4, but it was still good. I liked it.
One thing that I noticed is in the game, you can no longer snipe pilots with a snipe. You can't shoot the pilots at all if you have a gun, because they made it so it's like, you know, the helicopters have bulletproof glass, which would have been a smart idea in the first place. And rockets are no longer like a class thing. You get grenade launchers, but
Yeah.
that doesn't do as much damage as rockets. Rockets are mainly like a map thing, so you have to know the map and you have to know where these are spawned to go find them and get them, which I think is a pretty good thing. So it's not like, you know, oh, I got killed by this chopper. Well, I'm going to go switch to this class and take them out. Then I'll go back
Yeah.
to my class.
Some of them in the trunks of the cars. Like, I saw a guy pull an RPG out of the trunk. I was like, where did you get that from?
All right. So, basically, to kind of sum up the review, graphic-wise, how is it?
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing.
It is
it was-
amazing.
It was good for the Xbox 360. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was not Battlefield.
Was it kind of like you know, kind of the normal Battlefield kind of you know, like graphics, or was it
Nope.
completely different?
Oh, it was completely different.
It's got like
For
a
me,
different
it
look
was.
to it.
It's good. It's more colorful than like 4
Yeah.
and
Me
3
coming
were.
from 4.
It's not like dark and, you know,
It's not kind of grungy.
yeah.
Yeah.
lots of
Yeah, it's
vehicles.
it's more like colorful. It feels like it looks a
Yeah.
lot nicer. It looks it definitely looks nice. I won't lie. So
And to what Christian wanted me to talk about with the reload animations, the people of Visceral wanted to be a little bit sneaky and added certain reload animations to guns that have a 1 in 1,000 or 10,000 chance of happening. And the ones I had was for my AKM and my revolver, where the AKM, I don't know if he's using the Force or it's a Dead Space reference, but he like telekinetically picks up the mag and puts it in the gun and he cocks the gun back, which I think is really cool. Now, I don't know if that's like a hint towards Battlefront or if that's just Visceral being haha Dead Space, remember?
There's
and
there's
then-
a lot of Easter eggs in the beta.
And the revolver is when you do the revolver animation, he starts flipping the gun like a cowboy kind of style. He pulls out the bullets and he starts flipping them in the chamber, and then he just cocks it, and then there you go. These are really cool animations, and I don't know how many weapons, but I'm pretty sure like almost all of them will have a rare reload animation. I know there's like 6 or 7 in the game. Desert Eagle, AKM, M6, revolver, rocket launcher. So yeah, 5 or 6, yeah, about that. Really good, really good.
I was surprised. What was that? What's it called? It's a crossbow and it shoots like
There are
Like
two
a
kind
zipline.
of cross. Yeah, there are 2 types. There is the
zipline's awesome. You can stick it anywhere.
my only gripe with it was the rubber banding issue that they had with 4. That was in there. That was big for me. I kept bouncing back and forth. You know, I walk through a door. Okay, all of a sudden I'm outside. Okay, I just got killed because you know I had no fucking choice.
Otherwise, great game. I want to get it. I want to get the full game for Xbox 360. So
Yeah.
I
do you
give
guys
it
know anything about financial advice?
financial.
Like towards us?
Are you
Oh, he's talking about
asking
financial
us for
advice-wise.
financial advice, or are you saying if
Oh,
we
or, like
know
if you're
of-
asking us for financial advice, like, what are you asking for?
Because this should answer your
Don't
question.
waste your
Don't-
fucking
no,
money.
no. Yeah,
Don't
don't buy
come
cases
to
in
us.
CS:GO.
Yeah, don't come to us. There's the number one rule.
Well, it depends. Like you guys, well, at least like Brad doesn't pay for much financial stuff. I mean, like it just depends. Ask your question and
Gaming.
And they have to be relatable to what we're talking about. Is
Okay,
what we
he's
mean.
asking us for financial information. So
where
what
should I
is
put my in
your
the
question?
chat?
Hey, where should I put my SSN? Yeah.
In
Where
the
should I
stream
put
chat?
all
No,
my
just-
tax information so you can, know what I'm doing?
of course you
Where
post
is
that on
Social
Reddit. No,
Security number.
your social security number you post on Tumblr. Don't worry.
555.
555.
You want my credit card number too?
Yeah, I got my
Actually,
credit card here. You can take my
911.
number. Go ahead. Feel free to buy
We're
stuff.
getting off topic.
Are we gonna rate? We're gonna rate the beta.
Okay, you can
Are you
rate the
gonna rate the
beta.
beta?
Go ahead.
Rate the bait,
Now, as a
mate.
beta itself, I know it's not the final like product and everything, but I give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Oof.
9
I
pretty
would
high.
give it
9 out of 10. Wow.
That's
What was-
like IGN and Call of Duty stuff right there.
Mother's
give
maiden
it
name,
a-
SSN, and
What?
credit card number.
Battlefield was shit. I don't know where to go but up.
I would give it a
I agree.
7.7 just from the beta. A 7.7.
A 7? Oh, a 7.7. I thought you said
Or-
7 out of 7.
Because mainly it's a lot of the things that we all loved from Battlefield. The tanks, the attack choppers, which are still in, but they're not really as great as they were before.
It's not a beta.
Well, it's out of beta. But the one thing that did kind of replace the tanks was instead they added armored SUVs with a minigun on top, which is good. But I think they need to kind of tweak with that because it's easy to get shot out of that thing. Like as soon as you pop up, boom, you're dead.
I mean, think about it. Criminals don't own tanks. Like really get.
Yeah,
like,
but it could be easy to kind of protect yourself with armor plating so you don't get shot as easy.
like I don't know how they got choppers in there. Like how do criminals get choppers? But it's part of the they put it in there. I like it, so I can't wait for the full game.
All right. So that was Battlefield Hardline.
As for taco salad ham tea, your question, I honestly don't know. I can't answer that with taxes and stuff. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what to do with
We're,
your taxes.
we're
so-
gaming idiots. I mean, we're not
Yeah,
the
I
people
mean,
to
like-
ask.
most of the people here don't really pay taxes. I do, but I can't say what to do with that right there. Let that question yourself
Why?
because like I'm not you, so
And I don't know your
I
mean,
situation.
here's
I
your-
don't know, living conditions, whatnot.
Not to be mean or anything, your first mistake was coming to a gaming podcast
Yeah.
and asking people for
Yeah.
no offense or anything, but it's just like
Financial
it's a really
advice.
hard question to answer, and I don't want to like give you like an answer that you're not gonna like. So I
You
can't
have
really
friends,
answer that
family
right now.
members,
So
ask
I'm
them.
sorry.
They've been doing it for a longer time. Family members are the best way to go for like financial advice because they've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, so we're probably not the best people to ask, but we do thank you for the question, and we're sorry that we can't answer it. So
All right. So,
It's all just
Oh.
a fate.
all right.
Super
So
nice.
the next game that we are going to review is the H1Z1 Early Access.
I think this is a Brad and I topic
Yeah.
here too.
Yeah, this is pretty
Anybody
much
that
it.
has the game can participate.
Nope.
So, Christian,
So-
go ahead.
Okay, so I want to first off start off by saying that the game did look promising. The game looked really promising before before it was released and stuff. And the promise of the no pay to win interactions, such as no guns in the care or not the care packages, but the airdrops. There were supposed to be no guns in there. Miss Soccer doesn't seem too happy with the game, but the game looked promising, and I was really hoping it'd be good because I liked. Like, I played a bit of DayZ when it first came out. I was like, all right, it's just pretty cool. I like this. But then over time, I was just like, I'm done with this game. I need something new. There's not really anything new in terms of survival horror aspect, I guess you would say that. It's more like survival zombies. But the game came out, and first things first is the game didn't even work day one, which was not a good thing for the company at all whatsoever. But, like after getting a chance to sit down and play it while it's working and playing out the game modes that are in there. Like right now, there's only battle royale and regular, survival and PvP and all that good stuff. That's usually in those kind of games. After I had a chance to sit down and play them for a bit and actually test out all the stuff in there, and the airdrops, like I'm starting to understand that they're not like they kind of buffed them out with the zombies, because when you drop an airdrop, zombies spawn in there. So they kind of buff it out and make it kind of like a risky pay to win in a way, like so you're not always gonna 100% get the case. You're not like like some people come up, kill the zombies, take the stuff, and sometimes it's very risky. So you don't have to buy them if you don't want to, but you can most definitely. And I think the game ships with like 3 airdrops. So overall, the game's not terrible. Okay, so I'm not gonna say the game's really good, but I'm not gonna say the game's bad, because it isn't. It's decent. They definitely have some things to work out, but you need to remember that the game is early access and an alpha. So the game's not going to be polished. It's not going to be finished. There's going to be bugs. Things are not like done yet. So hopefully the company continues to work out what they're doing with the game and make it, the next survival zombie game of all time. So that's what I have to say for it. I don't know. What do you guys say, Brad?
So H1Z1, I mean, I'd seen a couple of streamers play it and whatnot, and I mean, the game itself looked pretty good. I mean, I'd seen some things from DayZ or whatnot, and they didn't look like something I really wanted to play. Whereas H1Z1, it feels like it kind of took DayZ and it just made it a little bit to where I would like it. So I mean, it's like that aspect for me was pretty good, but I mean, I don't exactly know what it was, but it was just something in the game. I don't know, but okay, so the graphics in the game, they're pretty good. I mean, Sony Online Entertainment, they did a pretty good job with that. I don't really have a problem with the graphics. That's fine. The gameplay feel to it. The gameplay feel can have you on edge at times, because you don't know where people are, and all of a sudden, somebody starts talking in your ear, you freak out because you don't have a weapon, or you don't have a gun, whatever. And the music in the game too. The music in the game, once again, puts you on edge, and it's like I don't know what it is. It's just, it feels like the game wants to come alive, kind of. And it's just like it's like a horror game, I guess, where like the game doesn't really feel like a horror game, but it feels like a horror game at times when the music happens and there's people around you. You don't know if you're gonna die. It is interesting. I mean, I had never played a zombie MMO before H1Z1, and it is interesting. Now, there is one thing that they definitely need to change, and that is the idea, or well, it's not the idea. It's the it's not balanced. The guns themselves work. I don't really have a problem with the guns. They may need to fix a couple things though. I think that sometimes they do a little bit too much damage, whereas other times they're fine. But
Ooh, Mystic Cure with a good question.
Yeah, I like that question here real quick. This is what they said. I have a statement to make. Why do 80% of new games come out are released with alphas? Seriously, I get some games, but most of them are coming out way too early. Even some of them don't get finished or take too long. An example, DayZ or Stomping Land, which got shut down. I didn't get a chance to play Stomping Land, but I heard it was all right. But
yeah. That's definitely a big thing that people have been talking about H1Z1. That's like one of the big things they're talking about, is that a lot of these companies, they know that this is something that people want now, and if they can get people interested in it, then they can hook an audience. And if they can hook them early on, then pretty much no other game is going to be able to top them. And I think that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to capture that audience before anybody else can. So I think that's what they're trying to do with the early access.
We were also talking about that a bit earlier because you also said also being games not finished on release. With games that aren't being released, it just feels like companies just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
It feels like they're not trying as hard as they should, and they're just wanting to release these games just for money. But that's not all companies. I'm not speaking for all companies, but it just feels like that's pretty much what's been happening.
Yeah,
so
it's like we can make a pile of shit and we can sell it and it'll go through. Like there's no quality assurance whatsoever.
Yeah. And I mean, there's also one thing where, like, early access, you have to definitely be careful about what you buy, because there are games that they are basically scams because they will shut it down eventually, and you have to be careful about those.
Wait, why'd you tell them to wait till they're done talking? What are you talking about?
I just found new news on Battlefront.
Well, that later. We'll talk about
Yeah, we'll
H1Z1.
talk about Battlefront.
I know,
That'll
I'm
come
talking
up
about
with
saying wait till they're done.
All right, so once, like, going back to they need to balance stuff. Physically, like, doing damage, like, with your hands or, like, a stick, those definitely need to be improved, because you can definitely beat the crap out of somebody with a stick. And it may sound weird, like it can't happen, but, I mean, it can happen. And they need to think about that, because the way that they have taken the hands and a stick, it's kind of like, if you don't have a gun, you're fucked. And that's what they're kind of doing here, and I don't really like that, because you won't stand a chance. The only time you stand a chance is if you have, like, a bow.
Yeah.
Or if that person has a bow, you can actually kill them, because they have to take time to, pull the bow back and try to aim. So, they need to balance this game, and that's one of the big issues. But the game itself looks really nice. I mean, it is kind of just your average, zombie MMO, except there's not as many bugs, which is really nice. They just need to balance it.
They also need to throw in, like, some VAC bans.
Yeah, they need to throw some back bans in. That's another big issue. It's a huge issue. And there's also, what was I going to say? Game modes. They need more game modes. That's another thing that they should add. And of course, that's not really going to count toward our final score with game modes, because it is early access. But yeah, so
I can't give it like a full like review of it right now, because of course early
it
access.
is very unfinished. It is
So-
very unfinished.
So just a
Alpha-
small kind of rating.
Alpha wise, I want to say I give it maybe like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm
All
about
right,
that
that's
same.
reasonable.
Yeah,
for early
I'm about the
access.
same. I'm at about a 6 out of 10. Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot they could have like improved when the game released itself in alpha. I feel like there's some stuff that they could have done beforehand, but I still feel like the game is decent. It's not bad. It's not really good. It's not something that I'm like, oh, you know what? H1Z1, greatest game ever. But 6.5 out of 10, I think, is a pretty decent score. We'll see how that changes when the game is fully released, if it ever fully releases,
Yeah.
unless it goes DayZ status on us, which will be amazing. So that's my opinion. What about Brad? What do you got? Review.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10. And the 6 out of 10 is coming from the fact that this was Sony it is Sony Online Entertainment, and I feel that with this being a higher end company, I mean, they did just get sold, but it is still a higher end company, and I feel like they know they have a fan base for this right now, and they know that if they want to keep that fan base, they don't do what DayZ did. So it's just they need to know their audience. They need to know what they want. They don't want another stupid airdrop shit that they did before, and just keep everybody happy basically, and make new weapon. Like there is a problem with you don't find enough variety of things in the game. I mean, there's literally like 2 or 3 guns in the game, it feels like, and it's like I want more. I want different kinds of melee weapons. It's just it's like you just want more out of it, and it's just that's pretty much why it's a 6 out of 10. Like the idea is there. The idea is there, and the foundation is set. It's just the fact that they need to add more content.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But that's H1Z1. What is up next?
So that
in
is
terms of
H1Z1.
games?
You sent me. Christian sent me. He wanted me to talk of Dying Light.
Oh
I think
yes,
I'm the only
'cause
one
that's
who
something.
did a full playthrough of it.
Yes.
So for
I know
Dying Light,
Brad's.
Brad, have you played it?
I've
doesn't-
seen people stream it, so I got a
Okay.
couple things to say about it, but not too much.
Dying Light, right off the bat, it's Techland, so they have really good design.
Oh, hold
when
up
it
one
comes
second. Somebody followed, so I mean,
okay.
it's not showing up. I'm sorry about that. People on YouTube, I'm sorry about that also, because you guys can't see and you don't know what's going on. You might not know this is a live stream, so sorry about that. But yeah, I just want to point that out. So that's what that was. Yeah.
Do you know the name of the person who followed?
No, it doesn't show up.
Oh, well,
I don't know if anybody followed.
Well, it made the noise. I can go on Twitch alerts and we'll figure it out at the end. And we can
Okay.
take it
All
away.
right. So Dying Light, right off the bat, the game looked very impressive. It's Techland, so I mean they did really good job with the Dead Island. Just the average, looks of everywhere. The environment looked really nice. One thing I did notice that was changed for the greatest was the lip sync that plagued Dead Island so bad. This was changed better, so it's actually lipped, like it's finally done. Story wise, it kind of gets you in. It's just kind of like, okay, this is pretty much like your average zombie. We're trying to find a cure. We need to find a cure, and of course there are these bandits. Just kind of that same old setting that they use for zombie games, and
So pretty much it is cliche.
it is
It
cliche.
is pretty cliche.
Yeah, that's the one problem that I have about the game is that it's like going through the storyline, it just really did seem cliche and it just didn't seem that original.
But I mean, with the zombie franchise in of itself, it is pretty cliche just as its own. They could do a whole twist on it, which they kind of did with nighttime. Nighttime in this game
Oh yeah.
is very
Yeah.
well done. It is a very unique aspect to zombies where at nighttime you
I'll give it that. I don't really like the game, but I'll give it that. I like the night.
where at nighttime it actually is worrying, okay, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. The closest safe house is who knows past how many volatiles, which volatiles at night are very fast creatures and they are strong as hell and they can pounce on you pretty much from a long distance and get you pretty much pinned in a crowd of zombies, which will end up in your demise.
Pretty much.
And it's very stressful to know that you have to run past these guys to get to your safe house so you can sleep through the night. As with this zombie game, it's with every zombie game they have to make sure that there's something outside of the story mode to keep you hooked, and they do that with various challenges that level up your perks because you have 3 skill trees: survivor, agility, and power. I only have been able to max out my power level because the agility is really hard to level, whereas the only best way to level up agility is running at night, where at nighttime every single thing that you have is doubled. And that's kind of like the off of it to make it as risky, So like if you got 100 during the day, you'll get like 200 at night. With the survivors, combat is very hard with survivors because in this it's not like, oh, you hit me, now I hit you. Oh, you hit me, now I hit you. The survivors will actually dodge and block your attacks. And most of the time they are in packs, so you could be focusing on one guy and he blocks. Next thing you know, the other dude kicks you and knocks you off, and all of a sudden you get sliced. It can get really overwhelming really quick depending on your situation.
All
right.
Are you done?
Go ahead.
All right. Watching streams and whatnot. If there's one thing that I feel that does keep this game alive is it feels kind of open world, and you it it feels kind of open world, and the parkour aspect of this game really saves it because the storyline, since it is pretty bad, the gameplay saves it, not the story, and like the parkour is pretty good. And I've heard a lot of streamers say that it is pretty smooth from what they know, and I mean, I can't really speak about if it handles really well, but I mean, from what I see, it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know many games that have a lot of parkour that's any good.
Well,
For a first-person parkouring mechanic,
I mean, if we want to talk about
imagine that
Brink,
would
I mean,
be
we can
very
go
tough.
there, but
get the fuck out of here, Brad.
It is very smooth. I have had some actually bugs that have occurred.
yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about a couple.
You know, it is by Techland. There was a bunch of bugs in Dead Island. It is expected to be in their newest title. But I didn't experience as much. My main one was I was doing an agility challenge and I failed it halfway through. But the problem is my character still did the animation as if he was climbing up, and he was floating off to the side all the way back to the building I was trying to climb up. And once he got there, he did the animation, and it was fine. I could move around. I was like, okay, what the fuck was that? I just floated through walls all the way back to where I failed.
Yeah, there are definitely some bugs in the game.
You know, there are zombies who clip through the buildings inside of stuff, and you know, some minor stuff, but not too game breaking.
Overall,
we got another follower.
I like the. Oh, did we? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Overall-
stick around till the end. We'll thank all of you guys. Trust me, we will. But we just can't do it right now
Oh, hang
because
on.
we're gonna be uploading all this to YouTube. So
Party Boy.
Stay to the end.
559.
Oh, that's who it was?
Party Boy. 559.
Alright, so thanks for
Thank you
following.
for following. Also, hang on. There was another one that I just skipped
we'll
over
do
on
it
accident.
at the end.
Yeah,
Hang on. I want to say thank you to Miss Sakura as well. Thank you for following. We appreciate the follows. But the thing with the game is, like, I really like you said, the parkour aspect of it is a lot of fun, and it's definitely something that I get addicted to. Like, I was playing it over at Brian's house actually, and that's pretty much like what I was doing as I was running out at night, just leveling up my agility and stuff. You know, parkouring, jumping from building to building, and it's a lot of fun. And it's like I don't know, like Mirror's Edge. If you guys ever played Mirror's Edge, was another parkour first-person game
Yeah.
Yep.
that was really good, and I liked it. And I'm glad they're making a second one of that. But with Dying Light, it was a really good. Like they worked on it well. It felt like Assassin's Creed first-person mode, and I thought it was pretty good, honestly. The thing that everybody has a gripe with, I think Brad had a gripe with it, was the story was definitely not its strong point,
Super cliche.
which I can kind of agree, but I still liked it.
Basically, if you go watch Angry Joe's review of Dying Light, it's pretty much everything that I thought about it, to be honest.
Well, like with the story, it is kind of like there's a lot of cliche. There is a lot of cliche, and I will admit that there is a lot of cliche, and some of the characters aren't memorable, but I still feel like I enjoyed it a bit because there's not a lot of games with good stories nowadays. So it's like it was definitely something that stuck out for me, and I do like the voice actor Roger Craig Smith, who also voices Chris Redfield in Resident Evil, and he also voices Ezio Auditore in
I am happy that
Assassin's
they
Creed.
went to that alley besides the French voice actor that they originally showed him for. I think that is a pretty good route in terms of
he's definitely a good
actors.
voice actor who doesn't do a lot of work, but he's definitely a really good voice actor, and they definitely did a good choice with him, and his character's pretty decent. I think he's a pretty cool dude. But the game itself, like gameplay wise, really good. Story wise, meh. And just overall, like I had fun with the game, and I actually do like it. So, what do you guys think for a review of the game?
Coming from somebody who hasn't played the game and has watched people streaming it, so I mean, I don't really have a too creditable, rating, I guess. I'd probably have to give the game 7 out of 10.
For someone who has played through it, has done all the story missions, has been doing most of the challenge missions, has gotten good experience into it, I'd say it is a 8.7 out of 10. A very, very high number for me. It is very fun. You know, I still go back and play it just because I want to punch zombies off of roofs and see how they just fall off. Because Drop kicking zombies.
Oh, I saw
is
that.
a
Like,
lot
so
of fun.
funny.
That is
Alright.
fun.
Well, I kind of want to. I want to say
All right.
something about Light.
Alright.
I'm
And Christian
coming
did a
from
lot of that.
I'm coming from Brad's perspective, where I didn't play the game. I've seen Angry Joe's review, and I've seen gameplay. And I'm a huge fan of the Dead Island series, as you guys don't know, people that are watching. I love Dead Island 1 Riptide, which is DLC, okay? That's on a disc. F that. But I'm guessing that, from my perspective, Dying Light's just a more serious Dead Island for me.
Well, it's made by the people
Yeah.
that made Dead
I know.
Island.
It's besides the night and the parkour, it's basically Dead Island, and there's not as much customization as in Dead Island. Like, I'm excited
Five.
for... Like, Dead Island 2 is more... I mean, it's not as serious as Dying Light, but it's more fun, I guess, because they're taking a more less serious tone.
The thing is, like, Techland, that's why they split off from Deep Silvers, because
Yeah.
they wanted to go a more serious route. So it's understandable, like, why it would be more silly, of course. So,
But I'd rather play I'd rather play Dead Island 2, that's just my opinion.
well, I'm a person who plays, like, pretty much any game that comes out. So I like, in terms of Dead Island, I like
So,
that. In
I'm a
terms of
fan
Dying
of the
Light,
series.
I like that. So,
Plus, there's a player co-op in Dead Island 2, which you're gonna
My
Yeah,
only
that's-
gripes with the game are some of the special infected, whereas to
They're
get
like-
survivor points, you have to save other survivors by special infected, and when you get to the next area, you come across these creatures called demolishers, which are pretty much Left 4 Dead tanks. And they
Oh, I
put
like this.
2 of these, and you
The
have to
guys
save.
in the straight jacket in Dead Island 1.
Yeah, pretty much. And these guys are in full riot gear, and you have to knock the armor off of them. Then you have to hit them again. They can charge, they can toss, they can punch you, and you have to save 2 survivors from 2 demolishers and a goon who holds a huge rebar club. And I see that, and I'm like, I'm not saving these dudes because the second I touch the ground, they're dead. So why am I trying?
yeah, actually, I watched that, like, unfold. There were, like, 2 demolishers coming out, and then there was a big guy, and these, like, 2 people were down there trying to fight him. For some reason, I don't know what they were doing. They were trying to fight him.
We have another
And
follower.
the first one just got demolished, no pun intended. He just got demolished. And then the second one, we're like, alright, we need to go save him. And before we could get down there, we're like, oh, he's dead.
It just feels like a serious Dead Island.
Aaron, they're talking about you at the bottom left. He's talking
Yeah.
about you.
It's just
I talk more than Skittles.
Yeah,
It's
Skittles
just a
doesn't
I know
have
special
anything.
Skittles is very
infected.
quiet.
yeah.
Skittles fell asleep.
Did he?
Yeah.
Skittles.
Bombers are another pain in the ass because in like Dead
Like-
Island, what did Dead Island have that explodes when it get? They have the Suiciders.
Forgot
They
they're
were
called. Yeah.
easy to pick out of a crowd by what they look
Yeah.
like. Bombers are harder to pick out of a crowd, where it's literally just, oh, I'm killing zombies. Oh shit, that's a bomber. I didn't know that. I'm dead.
Yeah, like they pretty much insta kill you, and that kind of sucks because I've
The
died
special
like
zombies
50
in Dead Island are, I think they're better.
Because the Suiciders, they have pustules all over themselves. The bomber, the
No, I did not fall asleep.
Ah.
The only distinction of
hoping
a
you did.
bomber is its stomach, which
the
is
sharp
open.
Oh yeah.
And like any and all sound in the game attracts faster zombies, so gunshots, explosions, pretty much a lot of stuff that makes a lot of noise. And another thing that is really stupid that they probably need to patch is if you land on a car or a trash bag or an awning, no matter the height, you will live. Because it's like, the parkour aspect where it's like, oh, I landed on a car, it like cushioned my landing. I was at the tallest peak in the damn game, which was an antenna tower, which was a tower which I had to fucking get the radio from. And I was like, oh, zip line down. I see a van down there, and I'm like, no, I got this. I jumped on the van from like probably 100+ feet, and I lived.
GG, well
Yeah.
done.
I was just like, oh, thank God this metal car was here to cushion my fall. I mean, I didn't break my goddamn legs after dropping 100 feet.
Right. So what was your review, Brian? For it? What did you say?
8.7. 8.7.
8.7.
8.7.
I think I'm gonna give it a
What would you
10
give
out of 10 drop kicking, but 7.5 out of 10 for the whole game.
What would you give Dead Island 1, Brian?
Fuck, dude.
7.3. It was a very, very, like, for its time, it was a really great zombie game. It was a really great zombie game, but, like, as you kept playing it, you kind of saw, okay, there are really a lot of problems with this game. Like, how the hell this
if we're gonna go
Like-
on topic Dead Island real quick, I just want to say this real quick. Definitely a 7 out of 10 for that game, but it's the
Right.
reason being is because like it felt like they worked so much on like the beginning, like the very very beginning, like the island and stuff. Like I love that. I love the whole beach area. I felt like they worked on that, and then like as they went into like the jungle and the prison and stuff, it felt like they like were like, all right, we're kind of bored writing this game. Let's just finish this. Like
You can kind of see
I
the
thought it
bugs
was
as
fine.
you get to the next area where it's really starts to show, and it's just like, oh man.
yeah,
I
I
want-
felt kind of like I felt it kind of like bit
Time.
downer like later.
I thought the game was fun. I give like Dead Island, honestly, I give it probably like a 7.8.
I gave it a
Alright.
7. So, you know, we're pretty close on the review.
But Dead Island Riptide was just bad. It was basically
So-
6.8 too many.
DLC.
Dying Light as a zombie game is a very good zombie game to start off the year for 2015 on the PS4 and
Yep.
Xbox One. Very good zombie
Oh.
game. I'd recommend
Dead
it.
Island too hype.
I'll say that, like, it's definitely not a game that's bad, so it's definitely already a step up from 2014. So, that's what I think.
Already a step up.
It'd be fair to compare Dead Island to a Dying Light when it comes out. That'd be fair.
Honestly, I'm not really hyped for Dead
I'm hyped.
Island 2. I've seen gameplay footage, and
I've
it
seen
looks
gameplay of the
great.
first
The
Dead
early-
Island, and it
yeah,
just
the-
doesn't look like it interests me.
To RBG hype, I think the only person out skipping on homework is probably Brad. He's probably skipping out on homework. I think so. Are any of you guys
Actually, I'm
you guys-
not. I mean, it's fucking Friday. Think about
Oh, it is
that.
Friday. Touche.
It's Friday.
Well, we're all except for Skittles and Brad, we're all out
We
of
have
school.
Another
So
follower, so that's probably gonna kick in here in a second.
I
There it
work.
is.
I have orientation Tuesday. Hooray!
Or using your dad's computer to talk on this podcast. That's probably actually. I don't think that's anybody.
No.
This is all mine. If that's what you're trying to say. This is all
my own
mine. I'm
personal
not
laptop
kidding.
I'm on,
I
so-
bought the computer. I bought the monitors. I bought all of it. Except I did get this keyboard for Christmas.
however,
So what do we want to talk about next?
if you are
Is
trying
that-
to be like rude in the chat, we don't accept
Um,
it in the chat. So
We don't accept you.
Pretty
always
much
keep
it
positive,
for.
you know. Stay
What's
positive.
the
You know,
next?
we're not-
What's next here?
we gotta be
That's pretty
positive.
much
We gotta
for
spread
game
love.
topics. The last one I see is E3 predictions.
I have news with my E3 predictions. So.
Oh wait, didn't you say you had news for Battlefront? You
yeah.
want to just pop that out right now before we get back into it?
Alright, so this came out 2 days ago on when did it come out? Thursday, February 12th, 2015, so yesterday. It says here that Star Wars Battlefront, this is a rumor, okay? This is just a rumor. That it's coming from a fan site. It says campaign spans entire Star Wars saga. Multiplayer has hero system, okay? I'm going to read the whole article because it's pretty short. Star Wars fan site Making Star Wars has published a long list of leaks from the upcoming EA and DICE Star Wars Battlefront game. The leaks cover campaign, multiplayer, and much more. I'm trying to skip to the good part here. According to the information the site received, Battlefront will come with both campaign and multiplayer modes. The multiplayer portion will support 64-player battles like previous Battlefield games. As for the campaign, it's supposedly longer than most modern games. The story will cover the entire Star Wars saga, giving you control of both the good guys, Old Republic, Rebellion, and Republic, and the bad guys, Separatists, and Empire. The majority of it will be set in the original trilogy, but will feature events from the prequel trilogy, including the Revenge of the Sith opening battle. Now here is
Okay.
where it gets interesting. The final section of the campaign is supposed to serve as a prequel to the upcoming The Force Awakens film, given that it's primed for release before the film. Multiplayer-wise, some game modes will feature space-to-land battles, but what differentiates from the Battlefield games is what's called the hero system. Think of it as a killstreak-style reward that lets you play as a certain hero characters when you reach a certain point threshold. The specifics of this mechanic have reportedly not been nailed down completely yet. An aggressive DLC plan is also in place with 5 content packs, each containing at least 3 maps as well as characters from The Force Awakens. That's it.
I don't see how that could be wrong. I mean, that's pretty much what they had done for the past Battlefronts, where the campaign was the Star Wars story itself.
Yeah, that's
it wasn't
cool.
like the full game. And
That's
for the hero system, that pretty much was it, where it's like, oh, you got
Yeah.
so many kills, you
Yeah.
become this guy.
Yeah. I do
So,
like the DLC.
That's actually kind of a cool system, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the DLC plan too because it's probably gonna be most of the new Star Wars movie anyway. It's not gonna be all the old movies. They're gonna give you all those probably, and the DLCs is probably gonna be the characters and the maps for Force Awakens.
The really cool system that they had in Battlefront 2 that I liked was you could play on Mos Eisley, which was the desert cantina, and you can make
Yeah.
it so everyone's a hero. So everyone's either a Jedi or like Boba Fett or like Han Solo, Leia, Chewbacca. So like you could play as all the heroes and you can just battle out Jedi style.
Now, if these rumors are true, this game is gonna be amazing. Because I like how they're.
But
like,
the thing
kept it-
is, like every other EA game,
they've been working on it for too long to fuck it up.
Sure, they have.
I mean, SimCity. I mean, they
But
really didn't.
SimCity, it's not like.
SimCity when it came out was god awful.
We just
I mean,
gotta-
if you could get in, the game was great, but the stupid servers and all of that crap, and then they've tried to add a bunch of stuff in. This just doesn't work. Like DLCs just don't look good.
I like how like the story. Are they gonna give you like a prequel to the new movie? That just sounds awesome. Like, oh, we'll give you like a little taste of what the movie's gonna be, and then you go watch the movie, and they're gonna give you the DLC. To
what
the
is
movie.
going on with this chat? Like,
I know. I
I
don't
have
even
no
know.
clue.
that's one thing I want to know. Is this guy really trying to like hire you? Like,
So that was the news. So we can do our E3 predictions. So
okay, so
Also,
right off the
for all
bat,
those
I'm
people
pretty
that are,
sure.
like,
Oh wait,
For
what
all those
Skittles?
people like in chat, they're like saying Skittles isn't saying anything. I'm tired and I really don't have anything to say on all of these subjects. I'm just
Poor
nothing to
Skittles.
say.
Well, to kick off
What
with
is happening
E3
in the chat? I
predictions-
really don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't
with
think
that
RBG
chat.
Hype likes us, honestly. I think he's pretty upset
So-
with us today because we're doing a new
He's
chat.
salty.
Sorry.
Salty.
So RBG Hype, if you're not satisfied with us, you're welcome to watch another stream. So that's all we gotta say about it. You know, just don't be a dick in chat, all right?
So,
Sorry.
kicking off with the E3 predictions, I'm sure so many people have heard that Bethesda has decided to come to
Let's go,
E3
boys.
and open up their own event, going
what I'm fucking
alongside
talking
such as EA and Sony
That
and Microsoft.
5-second
playing.
voice.
And one thing that everyone is psyched to hear about is, oh, Fallout 4, Fallout 4, Fallout 4. Now,
All right, you know what? It's well deserved. I've been waiting.
Think
my
about it.
fucking
If
time.
Valve got us place at E3, everybody would freak
Yeah.
out. Everybody, Half-Life 3, Half-Life 3. Oh.
Half-Life 3
here I
confirmed.
have is a prediction list of games that, they will kind of leak.
Well, we all know
Which-
that Valve's going to be coming out with, like Half-Life
Yeah.
3, or I mean, Left 4 Dead 3, probably Half-Life 3 sometime. I don't know what else they're trying to do. I think I heard something about Ricochet too, but I haven't heard too much about that.
Ricochet 2. Oh my god.
But if they're
please
doing
no.
Left 4 Dead 3,
I've heard that's,
are they
like,
gonna
more of
make
a
it with
joke
the
than
Source
anything.
2 engine.
Source 2 engine, can't that actually support 64-bit now?
I don't know.
a new Counter
I think
Strike?
it does.
So-
64-bit Counter-Strike?
Some games that I have
Because
kind
I
of
think it's always been
compiled
32-bit.
a kind of not like a factual kind of thing, but like something that could happen is, of course, right off the bat, is they could possibly announce Fallout 4. That is something that could happen, like for their first big EA event. That could be something that happened. The next one is Dishonored 2, where Dishonored, when it first came out, was a big
Right.
thing, and a lot of people loved it. So it could be possible. They did say that they had like ideas for a new character, new places, new story. So it could be possible that there is another Dishonored 2. Or Dishonored 2. Another one is their free-to-play title that they're working on, Battlecry, that they announced last year. It's a brawler, so it's like, this huge fighting game. They could just probably release more info on that. Another big one is Doom.
Oh, no.
Doom 4, man.
Oh,
Doom
no.
4.
A lot of
You know,
people
like,
are
I
excited.
was, so I want to say that it'll be pretty good.
Your pick
That
is
could be another big possibility for their really big event at E3. Even though Doom is normally showed at QuakeCon, it could be something that they would like to show at E3. Another one, and mainly my final one that two, Elder Scrolls, ESO shit the bed, so it would make sense why they would want to come up with another Elder Scrolls game.
How long does it take for them to
They
make
probably
it?
want redemption after Elder Scrolls Online.
After ZeniMax pretty much crapped.
Oh,
on
I
their
heard that was
series.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stepbrother Jeremy, he got it, and he
Jeremy's
he bought
forever.
it for it was, yeah, what is it? It's like $60 for the game, and it's like $15 every month or
I'm
something like
scared
that.
again.
Wait,
They
60?
are
you
they are
serious?
removing the subscription when the console
Yeah,
comes to.
I heard about that.
They are real. And the final one I pretty much have. I was gonna say Prey, but that one was canceled. Prey 2 was canceled. Sadly, everyone was excited about Prey 2, but it's just gone. And the final one would be Another Rage. This was the one that
Please
they had
no.
worked on before Skyrim came out. It was a very good game for its visual looks. Story-wise and gameplay, it kind of fell short. So chances of them making another one are very low, but who knows? It's the year of, wasteland kind of games like Mad Max kind of stuff, so who knows?
Who wants to go in it?
Do we have anything else?
I do.
All right.
Well, my E3 prediction is going off the game I just talked about. The rumor will be Battlefront, since it comes out before the movie, which is I think early December.
Oh, that's gonna get everybody hyped for the movie.
Yeah.
They know
They're
that.
gonna do a gameplay trailer because last year they just gave us a little tease, a little
Yeah.
peek. They say, "Oh, we're going to LucasArts to take pictures."
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
We're gonna go.
Although
we're gonna
they showed the in-game, like they showed
Yeah.
the in-game pictures. Oh my
a little,
god.
yeah, just a little bit. Now
looked
they're gonna say, hey, "We got
amazing.
gameplay here, guys. Get ready to get your mind blown," and they're gonna show it,
What
and
is this
the whole
chat?
everyone's gonna go crazy.
I don't know. Don't ask.
They're gonna show probably Battle of the Hoth, or Endor.
Probably.
Moon of Endor. Either one of those, because that was in the last year's teaser, just a little bit. So I'm expecting a gameplay trailer. So that's my E3 prediction, and I will be there to see it. Most anticipated game of this year.
To those asking, for the person on the bottom right, where is his webcam? I do not have a webcam, so you will have to just deal with the
Oh, what
creepy
did I say? I
picture.
wanted to read that. Hang on, I was reading that.
Battlefront.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, what is your guys' predictions, for companies? What are they going to show? For, like, Sony, Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, what do you think they are going to show if they come for
And wait,
E3?
does DICE have their own thing?
I think they're part
of EA?
with EA, so
Yeah,
it
so
would
they're
be
gonna
pretty
be
much
Battlefront.
EA.
EA always has their own. EA and Ubisoft always have their own. And so does Microsoft and Sony. So this year's going to be the very first thing because it's going to be at Bethesda. So that's pretty
On
creepy.
Ubisoft's side, we're probably going to see more stuff about The Division.
Yeah,
I heard some stuff about their Tom Clancy game Siege, which looks pretty good. It's a multiplayer tactical shooter, a more
Rainbow
tactical
Six?
than...
Are you talking about Rainbow Six?
the new Rainbow Six was cool.
Yeah, you're talking about
Yeah.
Rainbow Six.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Rainbow Six Siege.
I haven't played Rainbow.
Yeah, you just said Siege. I was like, wait a minute.
I said Rainbow Six, but I said it so fast that you probably... I was like, Rainbow Six Siege.
It's like SWAT versus criminals or something.
Yep.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of CS:GO in a way. Like, just not in terms of gameplay, but in terms of, like,
You're supposed to save
like
hostages.
counter-terrorists versus terrorists, stuff like that.
But
It looks
like-
good. EA side, they probably will announce Battlefront if they. Who knows? They'll probably just pull out a random game out of their ass and be like,
You know,
"Oh, we're
you know what I
making
don't want though. One thing I
Madden
don't
16.
want to happen is if EA thinks that the game isn't finished, but they release it anyway. I swear to God, if they do that,
Well, for Battlefront,
yes,
it'll come out in early December before the movie comes out.
yeah, I know.
It'll
But
be,
if
it'll
the
work out
game
in
isn't
2-3 years.
finished, EA, they're gonna release a broken game if it isn't finished for some reason.
Battlefield Hardline doesn't. The beta, though, they probably will do a
the
Battlefront
beta. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with him there. The Hardline beta didn't have really any bugs, whereas when I played fucking Battlefield 4 beta, oh my god, I could not play it.
Even the finished game was shit.
Yeah. Hardline looks like it'll be better.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
For Microsoft, they're probably going to release more about their product that they're trying
Halo
to make
5.
where it kind of implements VR into the real world. Where the main thing that really everyone was talking about was like, oh, VR, like Minecraft, like holy fucking
Oh my
shit.
God.
They'll probably just talk more on that product.
VR Minecraft. Oh dear lord, why?
on Sony's end.
They were actually gonna do VR Minecraft before
Oh my God, Aaron,
What?
why?
Facebook
Not
bought them.
good.
Before Facebook bought Oculus, they were
Terrible.
thinking about it.
I forgot Facebook bought Oculus. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. That was a while ago.
That dude bought an island. He bought an island for his family. I was
Who?
like, holy.
Yeah, it was.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He bought it during the Ebola crisis, or still Ebola crisis, for his family to escape from if the virus became so bad.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I don't know. I think that's a little BS.
Microsoft
man.
would probably do Halo 5.
Microsoft would talk about Guardians, Halo 5 Guardians,
Yeah.
because the
probably.
beta is still going, I
I'm not
think.
excited for that Halo, and I love Halo.
I don't want any more Halo. I think
I'm
I
kind of
thought
done with Halo at this point.
I was done
Like,
at Reach.
Halo 4 was pretty
I was
good.
done at 4. I was thinking, like, I didn't like 4. I hated 4.
The problem
I won't
is
lie.
with the Halo 4 game is 343
Good
kind of
old
fucked up in which it's a 5-hour campaign in comparison to how long the previous Halos were, which they
Yeah.
were more than like 7 hours at a time on like the medium difficulty.
Multiplayer was okay. It
Halo
wasn't
2
like I love Reach multiplayer. So
Nah, dude, I hated Reach multiplayer.
I love
Like
Reach.
when I compared like Reach to Halo 3, I will take Halo 3 any day of the week, any
Why-
time of the
like,
year.
I just said why I don't talk. Please, please, people in chat, stop giving me shit.
They
for
really
this.
want you to
Halo
talk.
GFF on
I'm talking now. Are you happy?
They want to hear your voice. I was wondering why. It didn't say your name. It's because I don't have you as a contact.
Yeah, dude, when I got Reach, I was like so disappointed when I like played the multiplayer. I was like, ugh.
I love the multiplayer. It was pretty good.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the jetpacks. I thought that was dumb.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Skittles, they're asking a lot from you right now. Come on, speak up. Give us a topic.
I don't know. I wonder if Tripwire will be.
Give us.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
So,
Maybe.
so you're saying that you're thinking Tripwire will be at E3 to talk about Killing Floor 2?
They were at PAX.
Yeah, they were.
Possibility.
What's your
You have-
headset?
My headset.
No,
Yeah, it sounds
mine.
like you're away.
There you go. You answered.
Yeah,
You
you're
answered.
still like
What do you have any more predictions for us, Skittles, in terms of E3?
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Yep, I'm with him. I'm with him all the way. Let's go. Come on, Gaben.
Gabe Newell just put that game back 5
Come
more
on,
years
Gabe.
just because you said
Gabe
that.
New walks out on the stage and people freak out.
Oh, he just delayed it 20 more years just because of that.
No, people. No, this is
I
what
like just
everyone's
delayed
in the
it more.
crowd and they're cheering Bethesda, but Gaben walks out.
He walks out.
No, 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 no,
That's what's
no.
really
Everybody's
announcing
cheering for
it.
Bethesda, but meanwhile, a little logo appears on the screen.
It's the
Little-
fucking
would get
Lambda
confused if you're like they're
Corporation.
teaming up with Bethesda.
the
What's going
Half-Life.
on here?
Yeah.
Half-Life open world.
Think how awesome that
Yes,
would be that
Alex.
like
And then
everybody
the 3
thought
fades
Bethesda
in
was
the
going to
middle.
be there, but then all of a sudden it was Valve and nobody expected it. Think how
I was gonna bet,
amazing
like,
that would be.
upfront
If
there's
if
something
Bethesda
so-
would have done it, would like partner with them just to do that. That would be just so funny. Opinions
People
on
in chat
Advanced
make me feel
Warfare.
uncomfortable.
Shit,
Opinions
sucked.
on Advanced
Skittles,
Warfare.
let's ride a
bad.
rainbow.
terrible.
Jesus.
The only good part is Kevin Spacey.
Opinions
It's
on the division.
Fun.
first.
It's definitely a step up in my opinion compared to
To Ghost.
fucking Ghost.
Ghost was a
Because-
joke.
Oh, if we're
Ghost
talking about
was-
Advanced Warfare, yeah, it was better than Ghost, but it's
Because-
still it's. I can't.
I
Really
think
put
everybody
Call
can
of
have.
Duty against
Everybody has already like agreed that yes, it is better than Ghost.
Ghost. My fire died out for Call of Duty a while ago, so I'm
Yeah,
not like
My
really
it
excited
died
for
out for
anything
me.
When they go back to
Black Ops
when
2.
they go back to World War II, I'll probably
If
really
if
get
they
excited.
don't fuck it up, if they don't fuck up when they
Treyarch
go back
is the
to
next
World
one
War
that
II,
makes the game.
I will
They
I
make
will
good
consider
games, though. I
buying it.
love their games.
Treyarch
Yeah.
is the next
It's
is the
good.
next one on the list to make a Call of Duty, which they
Well,
have done pretty good. So
Party boy, good night. As for Alex's question, can you guys give your opinion on the
the
division?
Division, it
Um,
looks very
it looks
nice.
really good.
It's a game that I've been looking on since E3 2013, most definitely. I've been really excited for it, and I'm hoping it's good, but you know, Ubisoft really like didn't do well last year, so I'm hoping this year it'll be good, and I'm hoping the game will release and it'll be good, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I could say that. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So,
It does
That's
look
my
fun,
opinion.
you know. The